Today we are back at my favorite sunset spot, and in this video I will show you the Mavic Mini best gimbal settings that I've found so far. Welcome to another video. I'm Henrik Olsen, and if you want to learn how to make better videos with your drone and camera in general, then consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. I'm back here at my favorite sunset spot number 1, and as you can probably notice, it's a bit windy. So the original plan that I had while I was down here, I had to postpone that because I would simply think the wind is too tough for the Mavic Mini. But one thing that I notice all the time when I'm watching your videos on social media is that your movements are way too jerky. And one of the things that you can do to reduce those motions is actually to reduce the gimbal motion that you access through the side of the remote here. That one is per default way too fast, and there are ways to use the DJI Fly app to reduce that motion, and this is what I'm going to show you today. So let's get the drone airborne. I'll just park it over here somewhere so it's not so noisy. The way to access the gimbal settings is to hit the 3 dots in the upper right corner. And here you will pick control. And the wind warning as expected. Luckily it stays over ground there. So I will be able to retrieve it if I run into problems. So we go under here, and if we scroll down here, there's something called advanced gimbal settings. If I select that, I get access to 3 parameters. There is the pitch speed, the pitch smoothness, and the upward gimbal rotation. The upward gimbal rotation, that's pretty easy, because if that one is disabled, like it is right now, I'm not able to, let's just record some video at the same time here. So if I try to tilt up the gimbal, it will only go to level. And if I enable that setting, yeah, you are still there. So if I enable that setting, maybe I should go a little bit lower. Yeah, so, like that. So if I enable that setting, I will be able to extend the angle of the gimbal upward with around 30 degrees, I think, like that. So instead of just being flat, I can extend the gimbal above the horizon. So that's a pretty neat thing to be able to do. And the 2 other parameters are related to the way that the gimbal is acting when it's operated. The pitch speed is how fast the gimbal moves up and down. So let's just put that up for the sake of the argument. You see, now it's... And that's not very cinematic at all. So we definitely want to slow that one down. And I have found that if I put it somewhere between 20, that will give me a nice motion that I can use. But we still have an issue that the gimbal stops too abrupt. And this is where we use the other parameter, the last one, the pitch smoothness. And if I just put that one up here, you can see what that happens. If I do that, then when I let go of the settings, the gimbal will continue to move like that. And if I put it in the other end just to show you the difference, you see, it stops. When I let go of the stick, when I let go of the wheel here, it simply just stops. Stop, stop, stop. And that's also not very cinematic. So what we want to have a smooth landing of the gimbal. So let's go in here again, and I would put this one up around 25-ish, and maybe I would actually take this one down to 15. Ooh. Like that. Then when I move the gimbal, see that it lands nice and softly when I let go. Like that. It requires a little bit of planning to use this function, but it will give you some footage that looks a lot nicer than when it's just jumping up and down, being all abrupt. So Let's just fly it a little bit here. So let's see what I can do to demonstrate this. So let's put it here so I know where it is. So let's say that, yeah. Loose RC signal in my butt. I'm close to the drone. So I shouldn't lose the signal. You know, when you are flying very close to stuff, then it's when you're flying very close to the ground, it feels very, very fast. So in this way we can trigger the eye here. So let's go like this. And then what we simply will do is we wanna, so we let go of the gimbal like this. So let me just try this. Need to concentrate. Yes, going forward, then up, then let go of the gimbal, and a nice soft landing. I have another nice one we can do. I simply just back away while I tilt up the gimbal. So as you can see, nice and smooth. Ooh, windy, let's get back. I hate flying over water, especially when it's windy. So I hope you get the point. So by reducing the pitch speed to something like 15, depending on your personal preference, and then increasing the pitch smoothness to something like 25, 26, then you will have a very, very soft motion of the gimbal that will allow you to capture some really fantastic footage. If you want to allow for gimbal upward rotation, that's pretty nice when you are flying low and want to film something upwards. Maybe I can actually do that here. So let's say that I'm in this position. There's these branches up here, like that. I can simply maybe that was a bad example, but at least it will allow you, if you're flying under bridges, under something where you want to film up, the upward gimbal rotation, that's a pretty nice feature. What thoughts and considerations are going through your head when you're recording a beautiful sunset or taking photos in a beautiful sunset like this? I made a video covering the Mavic Mini best photo settings, and you can access this video through this card. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then feel free to give it a like. If you didn't like it, feel free to press the dislike button twice. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you around.